Wrong nigga get forward events. Superman cheat city, I so much no price where my man connect.
With chart-topping single dropping back to back, an impressive showing on streaming platforms, accounting for staggering streaming numbers and downloads, nomination and awards from reputable organizations like MTV AFFRIMMA, BET, Soundcity, MOBO, and more in over 80 categories, winning about 28 of them and more still pending. If to say, Adeleke AKA Davido has carved a niche for himself. Hello there. This is Timeout to Tega on Gbedustreet TV, your favorite lifestyle and entertainment channel. Still your favorite on-screen girl, Tega. Timeout to Tega is a program where we exchange the lives of various celebrities, their epic queens, fails, triumphs, and more, then just support them into your individual life, keeping you entertained, educated, and true. So today's episode, we'll be answering the begging question that came into light due to the recent Twitter spat by Olowo and the fans of the OBO. It was of the view that Davido is only buzzing because he's a rich kid. A position that puts him at odds both with the fans of the OBO and some A-list artists. And please, if you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, and comment. Also, click on the notification bell to get notified when hot content like this drop. Twitter was abuzz and still is after Burna Boy tried to debunk Davido's ascendancy as one of Africa's finest and best acts. This issue started when Davido posted a pic of himself with the Starboy and affirming that both of them were the best in the biz, period. A tweet that infuriated Burna Boy and in a series of rants debunked this assertion, calling Davido's strength and the respect he enjoys a fluke. Well, we are not going to dwell on this Twitter spat by an obviously angry Burna or the many hashtags it generated, because this will only always be an ongoing topic as long as Davido stays relevant in the industry. I mean, dude has been in the discourse on the same imbroglio, from the likes of Wizkid calling him a frog voice to a demented Cynthia Morgan making a mockery of him when he won the Next Rated award in lieu of her. The same Cynthia that we heard is getting a lifeline from Davido. Now, Davido, if we must confess, came prepared for this title and honor he enjoys today. While studying business administration at Oakwood University, Huntsville, Alabama, he dropped out to pursue a passion in music. In the company of his cousins, PERE and Shino Rambo, they formed the music group KB and recorded some not so impressive singles produced by the OBO himself. While staying in London after relocating from the US, he continued recording and producing songs till he felt the time was right for him to take his art local. He believed coming back home was the way to go. Back home in Nigeria, he began working on his debut single and hit track, Dami Duro, a song that brought him to limelight. During this period, a certain Wizkid was a wave maker, but Davido came in to disrupt the balance, ushering his kind of sound and making his mark felt. The track received mixed reviews, but more negative reviews, with many industry watchers criticizing the single for its poor lyrical content and not so superb vocals. This was never daunting to Davido, who understood at the time that in becoming an industry icon and celebrated star, he needed more spunk, more noise making, and settling some cloud chasing if indeed he was serious about being a top dog. The song enjoyed massive airplays across all the major radio stations. I mean, Davido used the financial muscle he enjoys courtesy of his family's massive wealth to push this single to the consciousness of virtually every person who listens to the radio, watches the TV, and surfs the web. Before you say Jack, Dami Duro was an instant hit, bringing Davido to the forefront of the Nigerian music scene. After the single, a litany of other successful sounds followed, and his debut album, Olowo, Son of a Rich Man, was born. It had singles like Back When, Ekuro, Overseas, All of You, Bong Bong, and Feel Alright. Some call it beginner's luck, but I think Davido threw everything he had into this work. Remember, he worked with some of the very best acts to give more credence to the work, even if it was severely criticized. An album that had the likes of Netusi, The Man Who Showed Him the Way, Shino Rambo, B-Red, K-Switch, Ice Prince, and even the legend himself, Tuface Dibia, certainly had the ingredient that should make everyone perceive the aroma of the sound. Poorly cooked or not, that Davido was nominated in the category of Next Rated at the 2012 Edges did not come as a surprise, and that he went ahead to win the plaque at that year's award was simply no fluke, but one achieved by virtue of his hard work, dedication, and discipline. In 2013, the album won Best R&B Pop Album and received a nomination for Album of the Year at the Edges 2013. It was also nominated for Best Album of the Year at the 2013 Nigerian Entertainment Awards. He released visuals for the hit track Skelewu, and I believe this was when the whole controversy of flaunting his riches and intimidating others with his sound was noticeable. This was so because he released 2 videos for the song. The first shot and directed by award-winning music video director Sisson, who Davido alleged betrayed him, or we really don't know who. Then another video shot in London and directed by London-based music video director Mo Musa. The single, like other Davido tunes, was a massive hit and once again kept the DMW Top Gun at the epicenter of its career. Sony Music, understanding that the OBO is indeed a great investment from Africa, in 2016 gave him a lucrative distribution deal that would make his music more global and accessible to a larger and diverse audience. The deal was reviewed and extended in 2017, and he went on to produce some of his biggest hits, If, Fire, and Fall. The streaming platform Shazam had If as the #1 song from a non-American or European artist. The single caught the attention of American pop artist and child molester R. Kelly, who made a remix of the song. Then came the international collaborations. On April 30, 2014, his collaborative single with South African duo Mafikizolo, titled Chelete, which means Good Life, was released. Other collaborations ensued, mostly from the US, of which he's a citizen of. I'll take some time to list some of his major works and international artists he has worked with, from Fans Me featuring Meek Mill, Fine Girl by Wale featuring him and Olamide, PERE, where he featured the singing duo and brothers Vision Mod and Young Thug, Beautiful by Clean Bandit featuring him and Love Saga, Swing by Quavo featuring him and Normani, Way to Fly by Bougie Without Udi featuring him, Don't Reach by Popcan featuring Davido, All I Want by Ross featuring him. Finally, the collaboration that is still sending reverberations all over the music industry, Blow Your Mind by Chris Brown. These collaborations have earned him nomination and award in various artistic categories like Best Artist, Best Sound, Best Single, and lots more at highly regarded awards like the BET, MOBO, Soundcity MVP, MTV AFFRIMMA, and other indigenous industry honors. We must also note here that Adeleke is not just a rich kid with clout, but one with a talent to make his money work. It is clear that Davido is not so good with scribbling words into song. His early days, he had his cousin PERE, which we believe was doing the right thing. The lyrics were not superb, but he could still make inroads with the song he did back then. He made friends with top artists in the industry. First, he's on record that he was the first to reach out to Wizkid, who appeared in a music video for Damiduro before their long beef. Techno Miles has also been instrumental to his success by penning down songs like If and Fire, two of the tracks that put him on the global map as an artist, as well as Fall, a single that was certified platinum by the recording industry of South Africa. Now as the boss of Davido Music Worldwide, popularly known as DMW, he compliments himself by creating the 30 Billion Gang and signing some of the current hitmakers like Mayor Kun, Peruzzi, Dremo, and more. Again, we must say here that aside music, the OBO is one hell of a philanthropist. Recently, he was honored by CNN for his philanthropic gestures. Heavily criticized for faking some of his magnanimous hearts, but we know he has indeed brought joy and redemption to homes and also gave a better life to artists who would have been in limbo and obscurity. Rather, we are trying to answer the question as posed by Oluwa. If truly Davido lacked talent but was only relevant because his family massive wealth. Note this, aside Davido, we had other rich kids with highly affluent and influential backgrounds who are yet to make a little dent in the industry. DJ Cuppy, the heiress to the Otedola dynasty, is another rich kid on the block. Again, we have the likes of PERE, who incidentally is his cousin, but who knows is still struggling to make his mark in the industry. Lynx, who is the son of a former deputy governor in rich Delta State, for lack of recognition quit the scene, then came back as a gospel artist. Sensing he would still not make it as a gospel artist, went back to doing secular music. As we speak, we are yet to get one hit from this rich kid. LAX, even after the hit song Carol, that had the Starboy lending vocals to the song, is still not there yet. Tilaman, born Prince Adetona Adeyemi, son of Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, the Alaafin of Oyo, is yet to get any sort of recognition. These are artists who can also use their wealth and clout to attract more attention, streams, downloads, international collaboration, and ultimately awards like the OBO. But unfortunately, these rich kids are still very poor artistically speaking as far as the music industry is concerned. Aside Falz the Bad Guy and Neto C, whose recent 10 vs 10 hit track Battle, the rest cannot match up the OBO. MI during the 10 vs 10 hits challenge with Neto C alluded to the fact that Davido is clearly a hard-working dude and that he got all he has by dint of his hard work, forthrightness, and discipline. Brands also were not left out on the run to have the DMW chief as their ambassador. Companies like MTN, Guinness PLC, mobile giants Infinix all made sure that this rich kid was signed on as their brand's ambassador. Finally, this above affirmation that truly answers the question. However, we still need to state the following. Davido is first an icon, then a rich kid. His musical imprint speaks volume and supports his position. The OBO understand that in this business, you need to have a lot of money. And also understanding that how to stir a little controversies and employ some cloud chasing will always keep you afloat in the news. Success, as we know, is not about the amount of money in your account, but the amount of value and meaning you've added to people's life. Then when you say you're the best at something, it means to be surrounded by the best and talented team. Like in DMW, they have PERE, who is damn good at songwriting. They have Dremo, the lyrical production maestro, and also they have their golden boy, the mayor of Lagos, Mayor Kun. Then him being friends also with Chris Brown and Cristiano Ronaldo, someone he has never failed to hide his admiration for. Oh, wait a moment, what does Davido even have with people that bears the name Chris? Just saying. These people will piggyback and help him gain more fans to his brand and music. Davido always knows family first, because despite the animosity with his baby mama and mother to his beautiful daughter Imade, he never ceased to show love to her, while also keeping his beautiful and dutiful mother of his son Chioma a very happy and fulfilled woman. So if Davido is a superstar by virtue of his family wealth, the answer is yes. By being able to use the wealth to break even, and then no, by understanding that giving your fans good music is the only way to stay afloat, give you an iconic image, also carve a niche for you. I think by every aspect, Davido deserves our respect and love. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.